Alright, we're going to do TSI 234 Part 2A. Solve this. Let's solve this one right here. So, add 1 to both sides. X is less than or equal to -4, including -4 to the left, or from -4 to infinity. Negative infinity, that's it. Solve this. -5, so x is less than -4. So, not including -4 to the left, from -4 to where? Negative infinity. Divide both sides by 7, so x is greater or equal to -3, and it's going to be from -3 to infinity, or from -3 to positive infinity. This. Divide both sides by -3 and -3. If you divide by a negative, you got to turn the alligator around. So that means that x less than -12 means from -12 this way, or from -12 to negative infinity. Solve this. -6 minus 6, 2x is less than 16. Divide by 2, so x is less than 8, or from 8 to negative infinity, or from negative infinity to 8. Solve this. -3 minus 3 on both sides, 5x, 6x is greater than 5x minus 4, -5x minus 5x, 6x minus 5x is 1x, greater than -4, so from -4 this way, or from -4 to infinity. Decimals. 3.8 to both sides, this is gone. 1.4x is greater than 0.7x plus 2.73. So now we're going to go subtract 0.7, 0.7, and these are gone. Yes, they're gone. So now what's left over? So now we have, these are gone, so we have 0.7x greater than 2.73 divided by 0.7 divided by 0.7, so x is greater than 3.9, so 3.9 not including it that way, or from 3.9 to infinity going that way. Solve this. Parentheses first, that turns out 7, that turns out 21, so now add 2, so 6x less than 7x, minus 7x, and yes, these are gone, right there. But now we have -1x is less than -19, divide by -1, divide by -1, and yes, turn the alligator around. Yes, turn it around. Because why? Divided by a negative. So x is greater than 19, or from 19 to infinity, 19 to infinity. Solve this. Parentheses first, that turns out is 30x plus that. So -35 minus 35, 35x is greater than 30x, minus 5, minus 30x, and again, these are going to cancel. So we have 5x is greater than -5, divide by 5, divide by 5, x is greater than -1, or from -1 to infinity, -1 to infinity. Solve this. -3 times that, negative that turns out is positive. So we have the numbers, 2 plus 3x, that, minus 2 minus 2. So we have 3x less than or equal to 9, divide by 3 is x is less than or equal to 3. So 3 included this way, or from -infinity to 3, including the 3. Decide whether or not the ordered pair is a solution to the equation. Put the numbers in there. 4 times that, 2 times that, so that's 8 plus 8 is 16. Is that right? Yes. Yes, this is a solution. Decide whether or not the ordered pair is a solution to the equation. Same thing, put them in there. Put the 5, put the 4 in there. So now we have 15 minus 20. Oh, 85 is not equal to 35. Bad. No, not a solution. Find an ordered pair that satisfies the equation. There's a problem by letting x equals 5. Put it in there. So -5 plus 9 is 4. So x and y, x is 5 and y is 4. Find an ordered pair that satisfies the equation. This one, by letting x equal -9, put it in there. That's going to be -36 plus y equals this. Add 36, so y equals 2. So x and y is -9 and 2. Graph this. I'm going to put the number for this one. I'm going to put 0. That turns out 0. 0 minus 3 is -3. Put a 1 in there. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 minus 3 is -1. So we have 0 minus 3 and 1 and -1. Connect the dots. Okay. It says graph this one. Same thing. Put a 0 in there. 0 times that is 0 minus 6, -6. Put a 1 in there. 1 times that, -3 minus 6, -9. So 0 minus 6, and at 1, it's -9. There it is. Connect the dots. Graph this. So put a 0 in there again. 0 minus that is -3. Put a 1 in there. 1 minus 3 is -2. So 0 is -3, and 1 is -2. Connect the dots. Graph this. Let's solve for y first. So add 3x, 6y equals this, divide by 6, divide 6 by 6, so 3 times 1, 3 times 2, and then this is going to give you y equals 1/2 x minus 3 halves. There's a problem right there. So put a 0 in there. If you put 0 in here, 0 times 0 minus 3 halves, negative 3 halves. 0 is negative 3 halves. I'm going to put a 1 in there now. 1 times that, 1/2 minus 3 halves, that's going to be negative 2 over 2, which is negative 1. So 0, negative 3 halves, 1, negative 1. So 0 and 3 halves is going to be like 1.5 right there. And 1 and negative 1 right there, and connect the dots. Again, solve for y. So let's do that first. So we're going to go add 5x, and then divide by negative 10, by negative 10, negative 10. So that's going to give you y equals negative 3. And then this will be 5 times 1, that. This 5's cancel. So you have negative 1/2 x, flip it. Y equals negative 1/2 x minus 3. So now put a 0 in there. Put a 0. 0 minus that, negative 3. Yes. And then put a negative 6 in there. That's going to give you negative over negative. It's going to be a positive 3 minus 3 is 0. So we have 0, negative 3, and negative 6 and 0. So 0, negative 3, and then what? Negative 6 and 0 right there. Connect the dots. Alright, number 80. Graph this one. Put a 0 in there. 0 times that is 0 plus 1 is 1. Put a 1 in there. Negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2. So you have 0 and 1. And then you have 1 and negative 2. Connect the dots. Find the slope of the line through the 2 points. There's 2 points, so the slope is 0, 0, and 3, 1. So formula is going to give you slope formula. It's going to be y1 minus y2, x1 minus x2. That's the slope formula right here. It's for slopes. So now we have 0 minus 1. So we have 0 minus 1, 0 minus 3. Negative by negative is going to be a positive 1/3. Find the slope of the line through the 2 points. Same thing. So we have y1 was y2. So negative 3 minus 8, 1 minus 7. So negative 3 next is going to be negative 11 over negative 6 is going to be a positive. A negative by negative is what? A positive 11/6. Find the slope of the line through the 2 points. So again, x1, y1, x2, y2. Put the numbers in there. So negative 5 minus that. 1 minus a minus 9. So that's going to give you negative 11. That's going to give you a 10. And it stays that way. Find the slope of the line through the 2 points. So put the numbers in there. Again, x1, y1, y2, x1, x2 in the bottom. So we have 7 minus minus will be plus. This will be negative 1. 12 divided by negative 1 is a negative 12. The slope. Graph. Y equals minus 3x plus 6, minus 6. Put a 0 in there. 0 times that, 0 minus 6, negative 6. Put a 1 in there. That's going to be negative 3 and that. It's going to be negative 9. So 0 and negative 6 and 1 and what? Negative 9. Connect the dots. 1/2 x plus 2, 0 in there. 1/2, 0 times that is 0 plus 2 is 2. Put 2 in there. That's going to be 2 over 2, which is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. So 0, 2, 2, 3. 0 and 2, and then 2 and up 3 spaces. Connect the dots. Find the slope and the y-intercept. It's already there, see? Y equals 3x plus 11, looks just like that. So the slope is this number right here. And the y-intercept is the last number right there, which is 11 or 0, 11. That's the slope and the y-intercept. Find the slope and the y-intercept. Right there, there's the slope, 2/3. And the y-intercept is going to be what? 5 over 6 or 0 and 5/6. 5 over 6. Find the slope and the y-intercept. Rewrite it. Minus 3x minus 3x. Y equals this. Rewrite it again. Y equals negative 3x plus 4. Now, this is the slope. And this is the y-intercept. Or 0 and 4. Find the slope and y-intercept. Again, let's solve for y. So minus 7x minus 7x. So that minus 3y equals 11, negative 11 minus 7x. Divide by negative 3 all the way across. So y equals 11 over 3, 7 over 3x. So y equals 7 over 3x, 11 over 3. Rewrite it. Slope and then y-intercept. Right there. Graph. Put a 0 in there. 5 times 0 is 0 minus that. Negative 6. 1. 5 times 1 is 5 minus 6. Negative 1. So you have 0 minus 6. And 1 and negative 1. Connect the dots. 1/2 x plus 5. Put a 0 in there. 0 plus 5 is 5. Let's put a 2 in there. It's going to be 2 over 2 is 1. 1 plus 5 is 6. So we have 0 and 5 and 2 and up 6 spaces. Graph this. Put a 0 in there. 0 times that is 0 plus 2 is 2. Put a 2 in there. It's going to be 2. 2 over 2 is going to be negative 1 plus 2. That's going to be 1. So 0 and 2 and 2 and up 1 space. Connect the dots. This one. Solve for y first. So minus 7x minus 7x. We have this. Divide by 2, 2, 2. So y equals this. Rewrite it this way. So now put a 0 in there. Well, 0 times that is 0 plus 7. 7. Done. Now put in another number. 2. 2 and 2 cancels out. So you have negative 7 plus 7 is 0. So we have 0, 7. And we have 2 and 0. Connect the dots. Find the equation of the line with a given slope and y-intercept. So slope, y-intercept. So that means that you have 0, 2. Put them in the formula. This is one way to do it. So you have x minus 0 is x. That's going to be negative 8x plus 2 plus 2. So y equals negative 8x plus 2. Or the slope is right there. The y-intercept is right there. Find the equation of the line with a given slope and point. There's a point, there's a slope. Put it in the formulas. So this will be x minus 4. It's going to be negative 3 times that, negative 3x. That turns out to be plus 12. Add 3, so y equals negative 3x plus 15. Find the equation of the line with a given point and slope. So we have slope, point, put them in the formula. So negative, negative is positive. That turns out to negative 2x. That turns out it's going to be a negative 4. Add negative 7 minus 7 both sides. So y equals negative 2x minus 11. Determine the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So there's the wrong lines, rewrite them. So now this is slope, this is the slope. So 1 and minus 1 are slopes. And m times m2 equals 1 times that is going to 81. So if that's true, then it's a perpendicular. Determine the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Here's the slopes. M is 7 and negative 7. That turns out as negative 49. Nope, not perpendicular. And is m1 equals this, which is not equal to that, which is that. So m1 is not equal to m2. It's not parallel. So it's not perpendicular, not parallel. It has to be neither. Determine the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. There's the first one, slope. There's the second one, slope. And if you go m1 times m2, 7 times minus 7 is going to be negative 7 or that. It's going to be negative 1. Yes, the slope times the slope is negative 1, so they're perpendicular. Determine the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So let's solve this one for y. Minus x 6. So 2y equals this. Divide by 2. So y equals 4 that. So y equals negative 3x plus 4. That's the first one. Second one, let's solve the second one also for y. Minus 18 minus 18. So they have this. Divide by 6 by 6 by 6. So we have 3 times that, 3 times that. So we have y equals 9 half x. Flip it. Y equals negative 3x plus 9. Notice we have a negative 3 right here. And we have a negative 3 right there. The slopes are the same. So first slope, second slope are the same thing. So the slopes are the same. That means that these lines are what? Parallel. Alright. Solve the system equation using substitution. So I'm going to substitute. I know y is always 2x. So I'm going to put this for the y right here. So x plus 2x is this. 1x and 2x is 3x equals this. Divide by 3, divide by 3. So x is negative 2. Now I'm going to substitute back in the other one. So negative 2 plus y. So add 2. So y must be negative 4. So x and y. X is what? Negative 2. And y is what? Negative 4. Solve the system equation by elimination using elimination. So rewrite it. Put a 1 there. So now add them down. That's 8x, 1, 0, and that's going to be negative 24. 8x is that. Divide by 8, divide by 8. So x is negative 3. Put it back in the other one. 3 times that, negative 9. Plus y, so add 9, so y must be what? Negative 21. So x and y are negative 3 and negative 21. Solve the system equation using elimination. Well, they're already set up. See the ones right there? So add them down. 2x and 0 equals this. 2x is this. Divide by 2. So x is negative 6. I know what answer. Put it back in the other one. Negative 6 plus y is this. So add 6, add 6, so y equals negative 5. So the answer is x and y is going to be what? Negative 6 and negative 5. Solve this equation using elimination. So I'm going to multiply this one by negative 1, this one by positive 1. So now the new one's going to be this. So now add them down. 5x and 0 equals negative 15. 5x is negative 15 divided by 5, so x is negative 3. Put it back in the other one, substitute it in there for the x. So we have negative 3 plus 3. So 6y is 48. Divided by 6, so y must be what? 8. So x and y are negative 3 and 8. Solve the system equation using elimination. So multiply this one by negative 5 and this one by 4. So these two numbers, I just flip them around. So that turns that, that turns that. It's going to give me this equations. So now add them down. It's going to be negative 17x and 0 equals this. Negative 17x will go to 19. Divide by negative 17 is going to be x equals negative 7. I know the answer for the x, put it back in here. So we have this minus that. So we have at 7, so negative 4y equals 24. Now divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4. So y equals negative 6. So x and y is negative 7 and negative 6. Solve the equation using elimination. So let's multiply this by negative 1, this one by 1. Well, we're going to get this equations, but then when we add them straight down, you get 0, 0 is that. You get 0 equals negative 10. No solution, inconsistent, empty set, nothing works. These lines must be parallel. Now this one. Add those two means take the parentheses off and add x squares and x squares, and then the x's and x's, and then the 6, negative 6, and then positive 4. There it is. Now, everything stays the same. Now this one, the same, but this negative is going to change all these signs. So negative is positive, negative, negative, negative is positive, negative, negative is positive. So now you have 7x squared. That one is 2x squared. 20 and that's 24x, and 5 and a 12 is 17. Evaluate if x equals negative 3. Put it in there for the x's. So negative 3 squared means negative 3 is 9. It's 9 times that, negative 18. That's going to be negative 24 and negative 3. So that's going to be negative 42 minus 3 is negative 45. Simplify this. So put 1 power. Now multiply everything by 2. 2 times that, 2 times that, 2 times that, 2 times that. So that's going to give you 2 power, 18, 16, and 2. So negative 8 squared means negative 8 times negative 8, which is a positive 64. X 18, Y 16, and Z 2. Simplify this. Multiply the number times the number. That's going to be negative 30. And then the powers, add them up. Z to 2, Z to 5. 2 and 3 is 5 power. So negative 30, Z pi 5 power. Multiply the numbers. 7 times 8. And then put a 1 there to hold the place right now. So that's going to be 56. X to the 6, X to the 2, add the powers. Y1, Y4, add the powers. So 56, X to the 8, Y to the 5. This one. So we're going to multiply, put a 1 there just to hold the place. So now we have negative 4. We're going to do 4 power in all these right here. So 4 times that, that's going to be 4, 3 times, it's going to be m to the 12, n to the 4 times this one here. So now we can put a 1 there, rewrite it. So now we have this times this, negative 4, m12, m1, there it is, n4, n6, there it is. So now, add the powers, so negative 4, m13, n10. All right, multiply this. That times that is going to be negative 66, 1 plus 1 power. And then that times that is going to be positive, negative to negative is positive 44. So negative 66 x squared plus 44x. Let's multiply these out. Same thing, put a 1 there. So this times this is going to be 6, y2, add them. And this would be 6, y2, y, and 1, add them. And this one's just that. So we have 6y4 plus 6y3 minus 14y2. Let's multiply this out. X times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 3 is 9. So x squared, add these together, it's going to be 6x plus 9. X squared plus 6x plus 9. This one, 4 times that, it's going to be 16y squared. That times that is going to be minus 12y. That times that is minus 20y. And that times that is going to be plus 15. So we have 16y squared minus 32y plus 15. Now we have y times y squared. That times that's going to be negative 4y. That times that's going to be negative 1y. That times it's going to be positive 4. So we have y squared. Put this together. It's going to be y squared minus 5y plus 4. So we have y squared minus 5y plus 4. Okay. All right. That's the end of TSI 234 Part 2A.